There they are.
So, everyone had a good week.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was pretty good. Just when I went swimming, I forgot to put on sunscreen.
My
Damn,
friend
dude,
did the
that's
same thing. That is so weird that you both did the same thing the same week.
Did he have blisters too? And a second-degree burn?
She got really burned, but I don't think she has blisters.
I do.
Damn.
They are really itchy.
I can imagine. Alright. Just so you know, my internet's tanking tonight, so I might be here a couple times.
That's fine. We'll hold you accountable for all your actions when you're not here.
Sounds good.
Okay, then. I'm gonna go Facebook message Sarah, tell her that she's the weakest link.
Goodbye.
Okay, well we can.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I know, right? We can get started with basic rundown, so we'll match up a little bit. So, who does anybody want to go through and remind everybody what happened last week?
Not it.
We followed the funny magic trail.
You did.
To a cave with some resistance.
Yes.
And inside there was some spooky magic ritual going on, which we abruptly stopped. There were flying daggers involved and lots of head crushings and some dogs.
That's right. Yeah. And so right now, Matcha and Seven were outside of the cave, keeping a lookout. Well, meanwhile, Gerald, Saren, Mary, Buckholz, and Nala had gone into the cave. Looked around for a little bit. Found this weird pile of stuff in one corner. Did you? You kept going around and you found 3 chests. Did you mark down, Buckholz, that you had that other one that you didn't open? That other locked.
I did.
Okay, good. So you guys found 1 locked box and you opened up 2 other chests with some stuff in them. You went around, you spotted some sort of sleeping / unattentive soldiers off in another direction. You didn't head towards them. Instead, you took the other...
Sorry.
Do you have language proficiencies? You went the other way, and you found this room with sort of an altar in the middle and 3 sort of evil robed men standing around chanting in demonic tongue. They continued the ritual while you guys were there, trying to get it off before you guys destroyed them all, which didn't seem to work as far as you guys know. It ended the night with Saren casting mind control on the final occultist, who turned out to actually be the wealthy merchant from your initial voyage. He went on to explain sort of a little bit of what was going on. There was a ritual going on. They were trying to build an army to stop the Keth invasion. And when questioned about what had been going on that night and started going into details on the sort of experiments that had been happening in the cave, at some point Buckhold decided he'd had enough and smashed the guy in his head with his hammer. You then found amulets on the 3 NPCs that kind of looked like a infinity sort of looking amulet. They were wearing it. You did a detect magic on them. They didn't seem to be magic. They seemed more of a symbol of sorts. You were not too sure. And that's where... so right now we were all in the room. We had just smashed the face of the merchant, and you guys were deciding on next steps. So, Matcha, you're technically outside. Okay. Sarah, close. Nathan, are we going to wait a little bit more? Or?
I can hear her upstairs. She might just be grabbing food.
Okay, so we'll get started, and...
That was mostly everything except for one thing. I did grab the keys off the merchant.
Correct.
And I used Song of Rest to heal the prisoners.
Oh, so let me that reminds me. So we have 5 released prisoners with us. We use Song of Rest to sort of help revive the prisoners, one of which was a prisoner named Court, who we remembered as being the elvish, blonde-haired elvish guy who was looking for his friend the first night in the caravan. So you found him in the cave, and he'd been captured there for a couple days there. So you're with all of these people. They look kind of haggard, but with the Song of Rest, they can now walk and get up and get around, and you are in the cave.
With Song of Rest, did we actually take a short rest?
It gives you, I think, if I remember correctly, it gives you the benefit of the healing from a short rest.
It's a D6 along with your health die to
So-
restore your health.
Does it give you all the benefits of a short rest, though, or just the health?
Um,
I thought you had to do it on a short rest. That's why I was confused.
I think there's
I thought we were taking a short rest.
So, what does that aid? Song of Rest. Well, out of combat, friendly target gets near 1d6 to restore health points. Let me just confirm that 1 second, and then okay, so Song of Rest only increases the healing spent on the hit die for a short rest. So if you were to begin the benefits from that, so you'd have to take a short rest, and it would give you bonus to the hit dice on the short rest. Yeah, so during a short rest, you can use it. So are you guys, is that the plan, taking a short rest?
It's only
I don't know
an
that
hour,
any of
right?
I don't know that any of us need it, but the prisoners might.
Yeah.
Let's
mean,
give the
for the-
prisoners that short rest then.
Yeah, if there's anyone good with medicine or whatnot, might be able to.
I mean, you look at the prisoners, they look like they're haggard. They don't look like they're debilitated or anything. They can definitely still move around. They just look like they maybe haven't, been well fed or well treated. They kind of look like they've been abandoned in that cave for a while. You don't necessarily need to take a short rest on their behalf to get out of there and sort of bring them to civilian to
Okay.
there. They can move around, is what I'm saying. If you want to, you could. They'll be more energized, but you don't have to. Again, don't forget you have Matcha and Seven who are outside guarding the front, so they're still waiting for you guys. So that's where we sort of are right now.
How long is a short rest?
It's 1 hour. Right? Short rest is 1 hour. Long rest is a full 8 hours.
Right.
Yeah. Standard rules. None of this long, extended stuff.
Alright, if they're gonna take a short rest, I'm probably gonna get worried outside and just head.
Okay. So, look, do we have Sarah? Oh, we have Sarah.
So,
Slowpoke. Who needs to eat?
Sustenance?
Yeah, okay. You guys don't need to take a short rest, but you can start heading out, and Matcha, if you get worried, you can start heading back in if you'd like.
Okay, let's not take the short rest. We should move on.
Okay, we'll get Sarah hooked up on the headphones, and then we'll go. Okay. So,
right, she's in the Matrix.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so Sarah, Nathan will catch you up on what sort of happened if you need to, but we're in the cave right now. We just started. You just killed the guy. The prisoners are with you. Okay? Matcha's outside. And there's a reason why I had to wait for everybody. So all of a sudden, you guys hear this visceral growl coming from the back of the cave. Not where you guys are, but sort of closer to the entrance. Matcha, you hear this too coming from inside the cave, and it sounds like a deep sort of rumbling growl. And then you start to hear screaming from different people. Like,
I'm gonna just start to assume people are dying and just start running.
Okay, so Matcha starts running into the cave. What do you guys do?
I'm after him.
So Matcha's on the other side, so
Same.
you guys don't see him. So you guys don't know what Matcha's doing. So you guys are running back towards the sound. So it's back towards that big sort of like carved out cave part that didn't look like it was a man-made mine is where you're hearing it come from.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, no hesitation there.
Get on it.
Fuck off, Dan. It's not a dragon. Sorry, my buddy's texting me. Okay, so you guys all start running back, and you run back to the cave, where sort of before where you were at, basically the cave where all those sort of people were in the corner. And give me 2 seconds here. This didn't save. None of my changes saved. It makes me so mad. That's okay. This will just take 2 seconds. And then I will show you what we're looking at. So again, you're running down the hallway. There's lanterns and stuff all over. It's kind of well lit. Perfect. And okay, can you guys see that? So Matcha runs in. You all sort of see, you guys both arrive at the same time. So Matcha, you hear this loud noise. You come in from sort of like the top of the cave up here. We've got Uktar, Saren, Mare. Fix your size here. Buckholz is here. And Nala is here. So this is where the fires were in the corner of the cave on the left-hand side. And sort of there and up to the north, closer to Matcha, was where the pile of rubble was. Remember the pile of rubble? And then you guys, when you run in, what you see is this goat-like creature with horns covered in blood and sort of darkness, tearing about corpses left and right. And it looks pissed. And it looks straight at Buckholz.
Aww.
And roll initiative, my friends.
Oh, fun.
Alrighty.
Hold on, it didn't fucking...
Okay, I clicked on it.
Just go ahead and edit your own numbers. I can edit yours. Sorry. Then you rolled a 3. So did I get Nala in here? No, it didn't do anything.
Oh, I rolled it twice.
Did you? You did, yeah. So you're 14.
12.
You're a 12, yeah. All right.
Oh no, Pat. Me, I'm a 12. I see Nala's. Hers is a 12.
My first one. Oh.
I don't know. The initiative tracker is just fucking borked, so whatever. Mare is Mare. Oh, there you are. 11. Buckholz is 14. Saren is a 10. Nala is a 14. And this thing is just sitting there. So, so you guys hear the scream, and it is pissed, and it is. And who are we missing? I'm missing Matcha on the initiative order. Advance. Yeah, I need to add you to add turn. There you go. Now you're on there. All right, cool.
Is it just me? I only see matcha in the goat thing on the turn order stuff.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Same.
Same here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the only two on there.
Oh, well, I have it, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
So Matcha is gonna fight the goat thing.
And we're
by
all just
herself.
gonna sit
Gotcha.
back and watch. Hey.
Right, so again, 17. Yeah, this entire thing is just the turn order is just not working, so I'm just gonna write them down. So, sorry, I don't know what's going on with roll 20. Nala 14, Matcha is an 18, Saren is a 10, Mare is an 11, Gerald is a 9, and Buckholz is a 14. This rolled a 3. Okay, so it is Matcha. You're up first. What are you doing?
All right. Well, first I'm gonna run into the cavern, just screaming like, ah! Ah! And I'm gonna see it. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm just gonna slowly back. Oh, back to the. How do I move my token?
You can just drag the token, not using have the select move, and just drag it. Yeah.
I'm gonna just back off there, just a little slower to the group.
Okay. You doing anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. That finishes your turn. And then next up, we have Nala. What are you doing?
It definitely looks hostile, right?
It's covered in blood and has some, like, all those guys you saw sleeping in the corner are sort of in pieces around it. And it's sort of like drinking one of their arms.
All right. I'm going to start running towards it then.
Okay. So you can, we'll say for the sake of rapidity, you can get up to it because you guys
Up
are
to
running
it? Okay.
Yeah. So it's sort of like, say here.
Oh. All right. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And can I attempt to roll nature on this and figure out what it is?
Sure. Yeah. Make a roll.
See if I know.
So Buck, I'm going to move you up a little bit. We'll just pretend you guys were sort of all sort of right around here. Okay.
Okay. Wait, was I rolling?
Yeah, your first one. So when you roll like that, the advantage is always the one on the left. So 19.
Okay.
And remind me again. Let me just bring up, what are your languages again?
My languages?
Yeah. Primordial, right? Okay. You recognize this as some kind of demonic creature. It looks definitely like some kind of devil. You're not too familiar with the whole devil thing, but from the stories you've read, this definitely seems like it's some kind of demon or devil.
Okay.
But you wouldn't have necessarily have seen this kind of thing before. It's not very common. It's not very well known. Devils aren't a common thing. But from the sort of stories in your tribe, they would have talked about the goat horned face of the devil, sort of, not the devil, but sort of demons and devils.
Demons. Okay. I'm gonna yell this to the party, like, kill the hell beast.
All right. So you're in combat. Are you taking an attack? Because that was just a perception check and an investigation nature check. Are you?
Oh. Did it not? Did I have to use like my move and my
No,
my
that you just
action to get there?
you just moved, so that's enough. So you still have an
Okay.
action.
All right. Well, in that case, I will. I think I have 1 rage left, so I'm gonna use that and
All right,
attack it.
go ahead.
Okay, for a 14 to hit.
14 hits, yeah.
Okay, and 11 damage.
All right. So is that just on the first swing, or is that on both together? That's
She
just
only
the
has
first
one.
Oh, she
Yeah,
only has
I
one,
only have
eh?
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all only have 1.
Really? I thought you had a bonus action when you were raging.
Level 2.
No, it's just extra damage, eh? Yeah, okay. So 11 damage. So you go and you run up and take your giant sort of, what is it called again? A cleaver?
A maul.
A maul. And
It's
you
like
just...
a big hammer.
Yeah, you go and you smack this thing hard, and you hit it in the shoulder, and it goes, and it sort of takes the impact, and you know it looks like you hit pretty well, and it did some damage, but this thing just sort of looks down and glares at you.
All right. I glare back.
Okay, so next up we have Mare, Buck.
All right. Can I get to this guy in 1 turn?
Yeah, we'll say that you're all within 1. Like, yeah.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna get up in his face. Well, probably more his belly button.
Sure.
And I'm gonna pull out my trusty raccoon, throw it at his face, and have him give me the help action.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna
He is a
booming blade him.
This is deceiving. He is a medium creature, so he isn't like huge. But he is definitely. You're gonna blade him? Okay, go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, 21 hits.
Oh.
And
For a whopping 4 damage.
4 damage. So with your sword, you said, right?
Warhammer.
Warhammer, right? So you go and you smack him, and he kind of takes his. He's got his axe, and he sort of sees you coming. This short little dwarf runs up and he sort of takes the hit sort of on the side of his arm. It hurts him a bit, but he's definitely not blinking, right? Like it didn't even phase him really.
I just look at him smugly as there's a little shimmer of booming thunderous energy around him.
And
so if he moves, he's going to take some more damage.
And he stares right at you, and he's actually staring at something. He's not looking you in the eyes. He's staring at you directly.
What's he looking at?
You can tell he's sort of looking at your person.
The beard, isn't it?
He's looking around you. He's trying to looking all over, sort of reacting. So next up is Mare. What are we doing, Mare?
I'm gonna see, so I can just move up A. So let's see.
Yeah.
Why can't I move my?
You have to have the little mouse selector. So click on yourself so the frame comes up, and then use the move select.
Yeah, I did. It's not working. Have you connected it because you changed the token?
Yeah, it should.
It's not. I can't move it at all.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna move up there. I'm gonna do, my quarterstaff attack. Oh, I only got an 8 to hit.
So that doesn't hit. So you take your quarterstaff and you swing at it, and he deflects it with his axe, and he's not even losing ground to you. He's sort of just staring at you in the face.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna do that unarmed attack now.
Go ahead.
11.
And you sort of hit him, and he's getting a rhythm. He blocks you with his elbow. Doesn't take any damage. Just sort of dodges and shims.
Well, that's it.
All right. So that ends Marin's turn. Saren, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move up about 15 feet up,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
All right. Eldritch Blast. Do it up. 15 hits.
Okay.
Way to go, you hit.
Yes.
Ouch. 9 damage, huh? Alright, so you sort of shoot an Eldritch Blast, and it sort of whizzes like right over Buckle's head, just like it's like maybe like sears like a hair or two as it sort of wishes past him and sort of hits him in the chest, and he sort of grunts and takes a step back, and you see sort of some burning on his flesh, and it looks hurt on him, but he just, his head snaps right back and just stares at Buckle right in the eyes. Alright, so that's your turn. And then we have Gerald. What are you doing in the back?
All right, 2 questions.
Yes.
So it's not far away from me, right?
No, it's about 30 feet away from you right now. You've got Nala, Buckles, and Mare sort of right in its face. A little bit off to your right is Saren, and standing off way in the back is Matcha.
Okay. Okay. Guess 2 more questions.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do would it be an investigation or a perception
Mm-hmm.
to see how sturdy this cave is?
Yeah. Roll a perception check.
All right. I can't tell.
That is a 5. So I mean, it looks really sturdy. It looks sort of, it's a dark cave. It's made out of rock.
Okay. Is there any way I can move in front of everyone else?
No. You could flank next to them.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and tell everyone, just giving everyone a warning. Oh, actually, last question. Is there stalactites in this cave?
No, it's not that you can see. No stalagmites or stalactites that you can see.
Okay, then. That just changes my plan a little bit.
Sorry.
No, that's alright. You can probably already roughly guess, so then I'm just gonna cast Dissonant Whispers. Against its intelligence, my spell save DC is a 14.
Okay. Hold on. Saving throws. It rolls.
Did you get a 12 or an 18?
You got a 12 plus, so it doesn't actually roll their proficiency. So wisdom 12 plus 2, so we got a 14. So does that hit?
Yeah, that still hits.
What's the save on that?
14.
No, so if I roll a 14, then it doesn't hit.
No, it doesn't? I
No.
thought it still hit on 14. I thought he had to roll a 15.
No, if your save is 14 and I roll a 14, then it's clear. So it does not hit, unfortunately. Sorry.
Okay.
Right, Nathan, double check me, fact check me on that.
Yeah, you have to meet or beat the DC.
Right, so I met the DC with the 14.
Okay,
So
action, turn.
yeah.
Well, it still takes half damage.
Yeah, it still takes half damage, correct. So roll for damage. So it takes 5 damage. So you see it, hit it, it sort of flicks it off. Doesn't really do a whole lot, but it's still pissed. All right, now it's his turn. Okay.
Quick question for his turn.
Yeah.
The wording of Booming Blade is a little bit murky.
Okay.
It says if he willingly moves on his turn, he takes damage. Would that be like
He would have
takes
to.
him,
He would have to move from that spot. So if he were to
like attacking doesn't count?
attacking doesn't count. No, attacking because you guys sort of are locked in sort of combat. If he were to move to position anywhere, but he's not, unfortunately, because he's staring right at you and in range of hitting you. So he first of all, he's going to take his head and he's going to headbutt on Buckholz.
Bring it.
Oh, hold on. Click. Action 1. Does a 6 hit you?
Almost.
He rolled a natural 1. So so
I headbutt him back. We just
well, yeah, so he goes to headbutt you and you put your hammer up and he headbutts the hammer. And he's going to take some damage from that. A little bit of damage from headbutting the hammer here. And then he's going to scream out and he's going to take his glaive and take a second attack on you. And he roll. Okay, this is sort of not. I mean, he rolled a natural 1 on the first attack, and he rolled
Uh-huh.
a natural 20 on the second attack.
That's fair.
Okay.
The headbutt will lie.
Okay, so so let me roll damage. Okay, so you're going to take 9 damage,
Ooh.
and you need to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, damn. All right. As soon as he hits me with his big head, all the runes on my armor stop glowing.
Yeah.
I'm a little less magical.
So
No such thing, friend.
18. So you're good. You're good, and that is the end of its turn.
Do I notice anything odd happening to me when he swings the glaive?
Nope. You resisted whatever you feel, sort of some burning a little bit, but you sort of don't. It doesn't phase you. It doesn't really get in. It wasn't deep enough for it to really hurt.
All right.
Okay, so we're back up to the top of the order. And Matcha, what do you do?
All right. Seeing everything going on, I'm just gonna ask, what the hell have you people gotten yourselves into? And I'm gonna move.
Yeah.
Going to.
Your mic's cutting out a bit. You might want to move it a little bit closer to your face. Maybe it's a little bit.
Sorry.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna summon one of my spirit totems, the hawk, by
Okay.
doing a bit of a chicken dance going.
Doing that. So Matcha
And
starts
do that.
to cluck around.
Yeah, but I'm gonna summon onto myself, and anyone within 30 feet of me, I can use my reaction to give them advantage on an attack.
Okay, so that covers everybody. You're just at the edge of the range, Mari, so everyone's covered by it. So everyone now, yeah.
That takes a bonus action. So for my
Mhm.
action, I'm gonna cast Entangle on the creature right at the edge, so that it hits nobody else.
Okay, hold on a
I think
second.
that forces him to make a saving.
Is the advantage roll you just gave a concentration, or is it not?
Well, which one? The hawk?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not concentration at all.
No, it's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so it forces it to save it, do a DC, right?
Yeah, it's a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Got it. Let's do it. Oh, whoops. Click that. Hit strength. Click it. Click. Oh. Click it for real.
Oh.
So
Oh my.
I didn't roll with advantage. It's the left one, but I did just roll 2 20s. So
They were just really tiny roots. Really tiny.
so the roots grab up. No, so the roots do come up. They come up and they start to try to tangle it, and he just sort of goat leg stomps on the roots and just like as they come, he just like crack. He's stepping on them. They don't get purchase on him. He's just like ripping them and crushing them. They're not strong enough to hold them down. Okay, that's the end of your turn. So we're gonna go to Nala. You're up. What are you doing, Nala?
I'm gonna hit him in the face with my maul again.
Nala's gonna.
Well, frothing at the mouth.
Well, it was a 17. So
Yep.
that hits. And does 10 damage. So
10 damage, yeah.
so you go around, you're pissed that you didn't really do so. You hit him with the maul again. So again on his shoulder, and it just impacts in the same sort of spot. And you see it like sort of slam down a little bit, and like the impact sort of like thuds the muscle, and it screams out, and like this visceral sort of like gurgles, like, and like you see it sort of just like sitting there, like it looks like it's starting to get a little hurt here.
Okay.
For
Excellent.
Sure. All right, Buckles, you are up.
All right. Is it still staring me down?
Oh, it's still staring you down.
All right, just me.
Just you.
Oh, right. I'm gonna get my little raccoon buddy to put his little hands around his eyes, give me a clear shot at the chin, and I'm gonna warhammer him.
All right.
15.
15 hits. Roll damage. I don't think your warhammer
No,
does 20 damage.
25 damage. That's
nice,
right.
Nice waste of a natural 20 though. Good job.
Yeah, cheers. I don't know why I clicked on the damage. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. 9.
Perfect. So, raccoon jumps up and starts getting to his face, and he's sort of can't really see very well, and you sort of catch him on the opposite side that Male just hit him on. You hit him on the other side, and you hit him sort of right in the sort of side under the rib cage, and he sort of bends as he gets hit, and just goes. Still standing though.
Sure.
And yeah, so then it is Saren's turn. What are you doing, Sam?
I think I'm gonna stick around where
Wait,
I'm
wasn't my
standing.
turn?
Oh, was
After Buckhold?
it is your turn. Hold on. Buckholds. You're.
That's no problem.
Oh yeah. 11. Sorry. Saren's at 10. You're at 11. Yeah, go ahead. You're up. I'm Mary. Yeah.
Tried and true. Let's try this again. Let's try this combo again here. Ah, yeah, 23 to hit.
Okay, that hits for sure. Yeah.
And 12 bludgeoning damage.
So you go and you sort of see him on the other side. You sweep to the side, and you smack him again, sort of in the same sort of space where Buckhold caught him. You sort of poke him right with it, and it does a decent amount of damage. He's looking kind of hurt.
Oh, okay. Well then, let's do. So wait, with flurry of blows, do I have to announce it?
No, you can do flurry blows. You can do it. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm just like wondering if I should do like hit first and then maybe see about doing flurry of blows. Because I don't want to waste my last.
Well, you already.
Yeah.
You've used your attack. If you're going to roll again for another
Yeah.
attack, you have to use your flurry.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do flurry of blows. Let's do it. Let's do it up. All right. So that's 2 unarmed attacks. So first one,
That's a hit.
19. 7 damage.
Okay. You hit him pretty hard. Takes a good beating. You hit him sort of, again, you sort of sidestep around where your blow is, and he sort of swings, and you dodge underneath him, and you sort of punch him in the gut, and he's pretty hurt.
Heck yeah. And then 12 to hit.
No, 12 to hit misses.
Can I
wait,
use
are we doing
my,
with advantage?
Yeah, we are
action?
with advantage. So you get another roll.
Never mind.
Sorry,
Alright, so-
because you're all on with advantage, so
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's do that again. Oh, an 11.
it's still a miss.
Still miss.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. And Mr. Gerald, what are you doing?
Well, I'm just gonna, try to stab him with, my spear.
All right. You're not. You're gonna move up and try to stab him.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Hit.
12. It's an 18 actually, because it's not 2d20, it's 1d20
That
plus.
is advantage.
Right, so you don't add them. They're not advantage is 2 separate rolls. You take the highest of the 2.
Okay, my bad. Let me. I thought that I was trying to do it instantly via the chat.
Yeah, you have to roll like 1d20 plus 6, 1d20 plus 6. Plus 6 is your
So-
attack. Yeah, doesn't matter. It's you roll the 12 plus 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so like that's with advantage. That would be a 23. That's what it would be. So you're gonna run around to the side, and you're gonna take a swing on it.
All right.
Go ahead and roll damage. All right, you take 7 damage. You stab this thing through the stomach, and you hear it scream, and it looks really fucking hurt, like really bad. It's like bleeding from the thing. It's bruised all over. It's got bruises on the side, and it looks at you, and it's going to try to swing at Gerald.
All right.
So it's going to headbutt you. And it rolls a 17 plus 5. So that's a hit.
Yeah, that does hit.
So you're going to take 10 piercing damage. And I need you to make me a DC Constitution save.
Constitution?
Yeah, so you swing at him. So it's the left one, so it's a fail. Okay.
All right.
So
Got to switch to normal.
roll another 1d8 for me.
Another D8?
1d10, sorry. Yeah, 1d10.
Okay.
Okay, so you take 3 damage, 3 extra additional damage, and you feel.
Someone's got to be carrying my ass out.
Are you unconscious?
I am unconscious.
Okay.
No.
So it takes 13 damage and is unconscious, and you feel this sort of. As you were hit, you felt this burning feeling from the horn of the beast impaling you. It was pretty rough, and he's going to turn around and take a swing at Nala now with his glaive.
He can try.
Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
Sorry. So it hits you for 6 damage, and you should make a Constitution save.
Okay, so 6 means and a cons.
12? So
Yeah.
you're safe. It was a 12
Oh.
difficulty.
All
So
right,
you don't feel any adverse effects. You got hit pretty hard, but you're okay. And he sort of looks around and goes, You thought you could summon me here and just have your way? There will be more of us. Don't worry. And he sort of coughs blood in your general direction. And now it's your turn. Matcha's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matcha's turn.
Just a question: when you guys are moving your characters, are you guys getting like an arrow showing you how far you can go?
Yeah, that's if you have the ruler selected. Like this one. So that's the ruler. You have to choose the top one. It's just a picture of a mouse to actually move you around.
Okay, I got it. Sweet.
So you can sort of see like, I'm going to move like 20 feet, 30 feet.
I'm gonna move right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this gets me right next to.
Yeah.
That's Buckles, right? He just went
down. No, so Buckles is down here. He's the one with
Gerald
the loot. Gerald is the one that went down. Gerald's a little bit farther. Like down. You could have to be like down here, which would be a little bit past your range, so you can almost get to him. You're about 5 feet away from him. Can't hear you if you're talking.
Damn, I shouldn't use that. Oh well.
Sarah's eating celery.
Sorry.
It's okay. Really quiet.
I can mute that.
Matcha, are you talking? Because I can't. You went all
Oh
quiet.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not far enough to get to him for a heal, so.
Is it a touch?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not close. You're not close enough. You're too far north. So.
Yeah, so I'm still gonna try to get as close as I can to him.
Sure. So you can get like you're about 5 feet away. So next turn, you could use your action to get to him, but then you.
That's true. Okay, then I'm gonna use the rest. I'm gonna just use an action to dash.
Okay.
And get around here.
Click on the bottom back here. Okay. Cool. You doing anything else?
No, I ain't got no bonus actions to go.
Okay. Nala, you're up.
Oh. I'm gonna do the same thing again and hit him in the face with the maul.
Hit him in the face with the maul.
Mm-hmm.
Tried and true.
15, 20.
Not a natural 20.
Not a natural. Still good. 10 damage?
Yeah.
How do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I would like to knock his horns like straight off. One of them straight off, and just like kind of cleave right down into his head, like through the horn.
All right, so this thing spits up blood and it's like cackling at all of you, just laughing. It's really fucked, and you take this big swing and you're pissed, and you swing down and you sort of slam into the side of his eye, and it sort of cuts through and his eye sort of pops out, and you go through and it goes through his jaw, and it sort of impales into the, like, his sort of, what's it called, the upper shoulder basically. And like his head is sort of split down, his jaw's hanging off, and he's just dead. And you hear a couple laughs of gurgling, and it's sort of there. And he is dead, and you guys are out of combat.
Nice.
And so the body starts to I guess, yeah, so the body starts to disintegrate slowly. It's like turning into bubbling flesh, and you see chunks of meat and flesh and bones and brown crap, and this sort of starts to fall apart, and it's losing its sort of corporal form. Yeah, it just sort of falls into this giant sort of pile of mush sort of at your feet. You know, Gerald's on the ground, and sort of washes over like as part of his shoulder. He's just there, unconscious. It's like falling.
Is there any loot in the muck?
You can take a look. Macho.
I'm going to go actually pull out a healer's kit and go over to Gerald.
Okay.
No, it's cool. I'm gonna take a moment and just cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. Are you gonna? Is it a ritual cast, or are you doing it just normal cast?
I'm just gonna use a spell.
Okay. So roll for that. Roll the healing. Cure Wounds is 1d at level 2.
2d8.
2d8.
Let me do a level 1 since that's all I got so far.
Yeah. 2d1. Yeah. 1d1. So, okay, Gerald, you get 4 health. You feel it, and the wound where you sort of got impaled with this horn, you see that it stops pulsating. Like, even when you were like unconscious, you could sort of feel through the unconscious wave this pulsing burn that sort of dissipates as soon as sort of Matcha touches you with his hands, and her hands. Anyways, her hands. Matcha touches you, and it's sort of this wave of healing comes, and the burning stops, and you sort of breathe again. You look up, and you're covered in this thick sort of visceral bone, flesh, and blood mucus pile sort of off to the left of you.
Oh God, I am definitely gonna have to take a bath after this.
All right, so you want to look for loot, Mr. Buckholz.
Yeah, I'm just gonna poke around with the end of my hammer, just in case it's acidic.
It doesn't look to be acidic. Roll an investigation check.
Right. Oh yeah.
21.
There wasn't any gold, but I found it.
So you rummage around, and you don't find any gold, but you do find a small stone. It's sort of reddish in nature. It's tiny, right? It's maybe like the size of a fingernail. It looks like some kind of, like, it doesn't look like a ruby or something, but it looks like a small sort of precious stone that's sort of cracked down. It's actually stuck as you're looking through it. It's sort of stuck to where this chunk of bone is, and where it looks like Nala's sword hit and chunked through and caught it and cracked it.
Oh. I'll save that for later.
Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much all you see. The rest is just sort of piles of rotting flesh.
Was its other horn that I didn't like cleave through saved, or is that like rotting away?
It sort of dissipated and turned into, as soon as it died, everything just started to fall off, the bones, the other stuff. The horn sort of crumbled and turned to dust. It didn't seem like it was maybe, as soon as it died, it sort of started, whatever was holding it together sort of fell apart. Didn't really seem like it was maybe even fully as held together as it could have been.
You said there were a bunch of dead bodies in this room with.
Yeah.
This beast.
So you guys gonna do an investigation check and see what's going on with those corpses?
Looking around.
Yeah.
Dig up
Yeah.
some goop.
Do you want to count your roll for that too? Is that where you're looking at that too?
Yeah. Also, are they wearing the same robes?
Yeah,
Like, are they
so-
cultists? Okay.
So not necessarily cultists. These look more like some of the jailers and some of the other sort of mercenaries that you'd seen. There are a couple people you actually, based on your roll, we'll say with your 21, there are a couple people whose, what's left of them you kind of recognize as some of the guards that were with the merchant from the original sort of thing. So behind you, Quartz comes sneaking up. Oh my goodness. That was amazing. I don't get it. You guys had no fear. You just came up and you just took that thing down. Well, I'm impressed. But can we maybe not be in this demon cave with the demon people? We're gonna go up this way. Where's the exit exactly? So he kind of looks at you guys.
Murray leads them to the exit.
Okay. The rest of the body you guys will investigate, and you're going to find there's another, I would say, about, let's say, 70 copper, and there's about 45 silver, and 5 gold pieces mixed in with the belongings of the guards. Most of the actual stuff is ruined, but you do find a couple pouches of gold, so you can divvy that up.
Say the silver again.
70. Let's say 70 40, or was it 40 70?
70
it was
copper.
I think it was 45 silver.
Yeah, 45 silver. Sorry.
Sweet.
Yeah, 45. Yeah, 45 silver. So sorry. Yeah,
Divvy
45
that up
silver.
when we rest.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So we're taking a short rest.
Yeah, so you guys can go outside of the cave and take a short rest.
Yeah, Murray's helping the
Okay.
people out.
So you guys all head sort of outside of the cave. Take a short rest. Yeah, go ahead and take a short rest. Roll your HPs and stuff.
All right, I'm gonna. Do you guys think it would be good to do a bardic inspiration, or do you think y'all are good?
Do we have enough time before we need to get moving to do a long rest? Because it's only 8 hours, right? Or do we want to get the hell out of Dodge as fast as possible?
Well,
We can
7
get back
went
to
back.
the caravans.
Yeah, 7. I sent him while I went to
Right.
the cave. I sent him back to the caravan, so they're all just kind of waiting there.
Let's at least get back there before we attempt
Yeah.
a long
let's-
rest.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay.
But we are short resting.
It's up to you
I don't
guys.
think they want a short rest.
I don't care if you guys want to. You can. That's fine with me.
You
I
are.
don't need it.
I don't really need
I
it
don't
either.
need it either.
You guys are about another 30. Like you walked about 30 minutes to get to here from your caravan, so you guys could definitely walk back to where you were doing it and then take a rest if you wanted to. You could do that.
Let's
Done.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long rest
Yeah.
after the 30-minute. Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, so you guys make your way back to the caravan. You stumble around. You kind of figure out your way. The trail from before was pretty clear. You guys didn't try to hide your tracks too much, so you could make your way back to the trail. You don't see 7 somewhere. You see the 8 people that were there. The 8 sort of wagon rider drivers and 1 other person are there. So the original people that you guys had left are still all there. Your stuff is still up in the tree, and your wagons are also there.
Perfect.
So let's get our stuff from the tree,
I forgot it was up at the tree.
then head back.
It's still there. It was a good idea.
Yeah. Nobody touched it. It's all good. Yeah. Let's get this shit out of the tree and let's rest up.
Okay,
Sounds
Well,
good.
there's one thing I want to do before we all rest up.
sure.
Basically, I'm just gonna use present presentation while I tell the story of all the details I can remember in a story to the whole caravan of what happened. Like I'm using prestidigitation to, replicate the smells, and
while he's doing that, can I take an inventory of the merchant's cart?
Yeah. I'm gonna bust out my bagpipe and give his story some ambiance.
All right, sounds good. So you guys go through, and you get back to the caravan. The other guys are looking at you, and they see, they see Quart appear, and they see the four other people with him that are sort of bricking, and they start asking you what happened, and you say, so I've got a story to tell you, and you have sparks and wind gusting, and you have matcha playing in the background, and you retell this epic. Let's roll a performance check for me. Right. Let's see how you do, and we're retelling. We'll say with I was going to say with advantage, but
I can roll it again.
Yeah, roll it again just to see with advantage, just because you have 18. So 18's your higher roll. Yeah. So again, so you did a pretty good job. Like everyone was pretty impressed. They were clapping. People are cheering. It went pretty well. And you settle off, and then you guys are taking a long rest at this point.
Oh, I'm checking the merchant's cart while they're doing the whole entertaining thing because I know the story.
Sure. So make an investigation check on the merchant's cart again.
Okay.
I'd like to see if I can use an animal handling on the horses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there are 7 horses.
I want to use it on the 4 horses that were for the merchant.
Okay. So we'll get through Matcha's investigation, and we'll go to you. So Matcha, you look through the cart, and again, we see that there are boxes. Mary, sorry. There are boxes of some supplies. There's a couple grains of sacks, some big barrels, and there's that chest that Gerald had opened and returned to. Did you open the chest, or no? You got caught while opening it.
Yeah.
So there's that chest where you were trying to open.
Can I brute force the chest or something like that? I don't care about being subtle.
Make a strength check. Just
I really don't have strength, but I can do it. What do you want me to do?
Roll a just roll straight strength then.
Okay.
Actually, you can just roll an attack roll.
Attack roll?
Strength attack roll. Yeah.
I rolled that athletics.
That's fine. It's straight then. 13. It's not that strong a lockbox. You take your stick and you smash down on it, and you crack open the lock, and it pops open. And it's pretty empty.
God damn it! All right. While they're doing the story, I'm just gonna start taking off the miscellaneous stuff and adding our merchants, one who hired us, their stuff to the wagon.
So as you go through the wagon, you sort of peer inside. You look into some of the grains of sacks. You notice it's all just cheap sort of semi-rotting barley in the bags. Outside of the top bag, everything else below it, it's kind of really low quality goods. You pop open the flask. There's a couple of those casks. Crack one open, you smell it. It smells like water in there. It kind of looks like this was all just put together. There's nothing really of value that you can find anywhere in this sort of crate other than some water and some basic very, very low quality sort of cheap as you can buy sacks of grain.
Gonna eat all that shit right off of it.
All right.
All gone.
So Saren. So you're doing that.
Yeah.
As you're doing that, you roll the 19 on your animal handling. You are talking to the 4 horses. What are you asking? Or what are you doing? Sorry, with the horses.
I'm trying to get them used to my presence so that way we can use them later.
Sure. So the horses seem to be very familiar with you. They seem to be, kind of dumb, sort of heavy lifting horses. But they sort of cuddle up next to you, and they sort of poke you a little bit, looking for some food, and you sort of give them some grass and some grain, and they sort of blow air in your general direction and seem to be comforted by your presence.
Okay.
Anything else going on? Gerald, your story went amazingly well. Everyone
done with my performance, right?
Yeah, you're done with your performance. Everyone cheered you on. Nobody gave you some money, but everyone's kind of just out of it now. They just sort of.
That's fine. I would have rejected it at this point anyway. Can I see? Is there any possible way I can see what Saren's doing?
Sarah, you never mentioned you were being sneaky about it. You can see him he's sort of petting the horses and sort of whispering a little bit to them and just looks like he's grooming them and sort of getting them ready for the night kind of deal. Spending some one-on-one time, taking care of their manes.
Yeah. I don't think my character knows your person's name.
Oh.
I'm Gerald. Gerald Cobbler.
Saren Loremount. Pleasure to meet you.
Are you claiming all these horses for yourself?
No, I just figured we could use them to finish transporting this stuff, and then maybe we could sell it at the next port.
How about this? I would actually just want one of those horses for my own personal use.
I wouldn't be against it.
So, I guess I'm more or less just gonna try to persuade Saren just to kind of sell me one of the horses cheaply.
Okay.
If you want, that Saren doesn't own the horses, right? These were the horses that were part of the
merchant, the guy who owned him, he's dead.
Right. So
yeah, I feel like they're kind of our spoils as a group.
If he wanted to, he could take all the horses.
He could.
No.
You could do the same too, right? Though, like we could all.
No, my wisdom's not that good.
So Saren.
Mary's around as well, so she probably wouldn't let that happen. Just saying.
Yeah. So Gerald is trying to buy the horses from you.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look at the horses first. I want to try to pick,
the perfect one.
The best horse.
Them up.
Hmm.
I thought you were gonna try to pick them up.
No. So is that a perception or?
You want to see which one's like the best shaped horse? Yeah, you can make a perception check for sure. Go ahead.
No. That's there.
They all look like horses. They're all relatively muscular, and these are not sort of horses trained to. You can tell that these don't look like riding horses. These look like caravan horses that have been hauling shit their entire lives. They're big, muscular, sort of thick.
It can learn. Are they in different colors?
There's a motley. They mostly browns and dark browns.
A what?
Browns and dark browns. They're just sort of nothing sticks out. There's no really like spotted ones. They're all sort of very typical, sort of darker brownish, sort of cheap pack mule mares.
Okay, well, so what do you want? You want 5 gold? 5 gold would be good for you?
Sure. I was planning to give it to you though.
Oh.
Ray pops her head out. It's like, what's going on here?
Oh, just...
Well, darn, I'll be honest, I would rather have the horse for free, but I already said that I'd give you the gold, and now I feel kind of bad due to social obligation.
There's no obligation. We, if anything, we should just make sure all the group is acceptable of this transaction. Maybe somebody else would like a horse. But we all kind of won them, haven't we? We all defeated the merchant and his evil gang of devil worshippers. I feel we've earned them, in a sense.
That is true.
I helped from outside the cave, so I am good.
You healed me.
I'm just looking between them, trying to keep track of who's talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to one of the horses, and I'm gonna use my speech of the forest to just start talking to each of them, let them know that their master is dead, and that he gave them to us before he died.
Okay. Very good.
So wait, you're the one. Are you the one who saved my life? Point to Matcha at this point.
maybe somewhat. I guess you could say it that way. Saved, just touched.
Oh, you didn't need to do that at all. We're just strangers.
Yeah, but I think I'd take surviving with someone who's fighting a demon better than a devil.
You know what? When we make it to town, I'll buy you a drink.
I'll take you up on that. Okay.
Let us all rest, and we will sort out the horses once we're at Everlook. Let's not look, what's the saying again? Something about a horse, before...
Gift horse in the mouth.
A gift horse in the mouth?
We can, just, take a rest from horsing around.
Let's do that.
My guy, I ain't gonna lie, my guy's dumb here. He has a -1 to his intelligence.
Yeah.
You know, I think the saying you're looking for goes that you should not really look at a free horse that much.
I think we're getting somewhere. Not quite it, but I think we're getting somewhere. Let's rest on it. Maybe we'll remember it after we've had a good night's sleep.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything before you guys take a long rest?
When we start... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Just when we start the long rest, I'm going to pull out some items, like the necklace we found, the stone we found, the chest I haven't opened. I'm just going to put some stones around it and cast some Detect Magic.
Okay. So you cast Detect Magic on sort of the lot you got. The only thing that gives off a trace of fading magic is that small sort of ruby-like rock that is cracked a little bit now. It looks like it had some magic and it's dissipating very, very sort of slowly.
All right. And can I try and beast open that chest?
Yeah. You want to make another roll at? Let's do it. Do it up.
Just strength.
Are you trying to smash it? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna get my crowbar out and try and bust the lock.
Yeah, make another strength check. Yep. It's got a. It's just the seam is just really narrow, and your crowbar is pretty big, and you just can't get a hold on it really. Yeah, so you're tired. Also, you fought the giant thing. You got hit across the face. Like you're not in the best shape to be sort of crowbarring it up. You feel kind of sore, so maybe we'll try tomorrow and see if you get better luck. But you didn't succeed today.
I'm gonna actually walk it over to wherever Nala is.
Okay.
Say, it's Nala, is it?
Yes.
Hi, big woman. I like the way you swing that hammer. Would you mind?
Move aside, little one. And I'll try and open it.
Make another strength check. All right, 18.
There we go.
I'll loosen it up for you.
Okay.
You wish.
So Nala puts some girth onto that pry bar and pops it open. The lock sort of pings open and breaks and shatters open, and inside you find a rolled parchment in there, and there is this small piece of horn. It's like a tiny piece, probably about, let's say, 5 inches long, curly horn.
Can I try and see if I know what animal it...
Make an animal handling check, sure. So 14.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Didn't mean to roll advantage.
It's fine. We always just take the left one. If you do that, don't worry about it.
Okay.
14. So you can tell it looks like from some kind of horned animal. It definitely looks like it's organic and it's from an animal. You can't really tell what species it would be. It could be, a goat or some kind of, antelope or something along those lines. It's hard to really tell exactly what it is, just because you're not too sure, but it definitely does look like it's coming from some kind of either a goat or a grazing plains animal.
What's on the parchment?
So you unroll the parchment, and what languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarven, and Giant.
Okay, so you see there's a bunch of sort of no, you don't. It's a bunch of very rough. It looks well written, but very rough sort of figure-line sort of scripts in there, written all over.
Am I intelligent enough to know what language it is?
Make me a check for that. You're gonna roll me. Make me a religion check. So we're gonna say that it definitely looks like it's demonic. There's a symbol in the middle of it, sort of drawn, that definitely looks demonic, and some of the runes look familiar to what you saw in the cave.
All right. I'm gonna go over to where the tiefling is sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of tap him on the shoulder. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. What's your name again?
Oh, Saren. Pleasure to meet you.
Saren.
What's your name?
Buck. My friends call me Bucky. Don't mean to be insulting, but you read demon?
Yes.
Would you mind?
Sure, no problem. I reach out to grab it.
Okay, so
Loving the accent, by the way.
it's good. Keep it up. So what you see is a series of chants, which you recognize as what the cultists in the cave were chanting over and over again, which is "Come forth, Father, come forth and feed, come forth and serve." Sort of etched in demonic throughout, with this rune in the middle, with sort of a shape carved into another shape, so it looks like a pentagon carved in with a triangle in the middle, with sort of different markings over it.
Do I recognize the marking?
The markings themselves you don't recognize. It definitely looks like a summoning sort of. You know enough that it looks like it could look like a summoning ritual, but you've never seen something like this before.
Okay. I relayed everything back to him.
Okay.
I'm disinterested. I'm not much one for religion.
So can I keep it?
Sure. Don't see why you'd want to.
Okay. Just gonna put it in my bag. Thank him.
Awesome.
Thank you for mentioning it. Thank you.
Just to give you an idea of what it looks like. This is what it looks like.
Oh, wow.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. Okay, so I will give that to you. You now have that in your inventory. Let me know if you want to see it, but that's... You have a parchment. And there's writing sort of around it, like above it and below it a little bit, just what you had recalled there. Okay. Anything else?
I'm also going to dole out a gold piece and 7 pieces to everybody that was in the cave with me.
A gold.
And how many silver again?
7.
7.
Wait, does that include me or no?
Yes.
7 silver.
Yes.
Thank you. Every little bit helps.
Okay. Anything else before you guys bug down? right, so you guys buck down for the night, and everyone take a long rest. Are you guys doing any kind of watch at all, or are you just all passing out?
It's best to take
Maybe,
watch.
Yeah, wise.
Yeah, I'll take first watch. One.
I'll take second.
Okay.
I'll take watch when it's darkest.
Okay. So you guys can make it through the night with 3 watches. You would just do sleep for 10 hours. 4. Sleep for 10 hours and do 1, 2, 3, 4. Shift off 2-hour shifts each, and you get your long rest. So you need 4 watches. So 1, 2. So Buckles is third, and who's taking the last watch?
I can do that.
I almost died, so I'm just not going to do night watch today.
Okay, so Nala's going to take the third. Okay. So you guys go and take your night watch. First watch is who again?
Me.
Okay, perfect. So nothing crazy going on with your watch. There's some critter noises, some bugs, pretty quiet, and yeah, it goes pretty uneventful. I think Macho was next, or was it Saren? Sorry.
It's me.
Perfect. So Jess wakes you up. Mara wakes you up, and your watch also goes pretty uneventful. You're sort of looking around, and it's pretty quiet. And it's a good night. Same thing for Buckholz and Nala. Pretty quiet watches, nothing too crazy. You guys wake up the next morning, feel refreshed. You've had your long rest. Make sure you roll your HPs for those who need them.
I'm going to spend some time to focus on changing my spells.
Yeah,
Preparing
okay.
my spells.
For sure. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I am going to do one thing. I'm going to go... Like, is there a lake or anything nearby?
Not
I need to
really.
wash this crap off me.
No, you're you're attracting some flies, but you're good.
How am I going to wash this? How am I going to wash this off me?
Is 7 still around?
No, he's gone. So you don't know where he went. You can ask around, but you don't see him around.
Doesn't prestidigitation clean you as well?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting about that news.
Oh yeah, so there you go. You're clean. You're good. You look fabulous.
With my special lavender and eucalyptus soap.
Exactly. So you wake up and you see the other crew that are around. The other guys go. They have gotten up. They're starting to hook up the horses to the wagons, getting ready to leave. They thank you as you wave by. They're prepping to get the hell out of Dodge as quick as possible. One of them swaps off and said, "Thank you. We appreciate everything you guys did, but we don't want to stick around here for too long. We're gonna go." Court waves at you guys and asks you, "Are you guys coming with us? Are you gonna bring your wagon? What are you guys doing?"
Do we have a horse for this cart yet?
No.
I mean, we have
We have the merchant's cart and all the horses there.
Right. So again, the merchant's carts are being tackled up by now. While the merchant's dead, the guys that were driving them are still there, wrapping them up, hooking them up to carts. So all the wagoneers are still around. The merchant's gone, the guys are gone, but the guys that have been sort of...
Can't we... the drivers are there, but isn't like their boss is gone, so couldn't we just technically, take control, I guess? Like...
I did already tell them that they would belong to us.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she's talking about... Are you talking about the whole like, caravan thing?
Yeah, so they're tagging up. I mean, if you guys want to go talk to them, you can go talk to them for sure.
Yeah.
Right now, you're just talking to Court, who had come by. He was the one that you rescued from the cave.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go talk to the 2 people doing the wagons for the merchants.
Mm-hmm. So you walk up. There's one guy. He's one of the ones that first came back. He's got longer hair, sort of missing teeth, sort of crooked look in his face. He looks at you and he sort of just keeps working, but sort of waves and nods. Just can I help you, miss?
As you saw, the merchant died yesterday. Is there any reason why? I understand you want to get to Everlook, but could you take our cargo and us with you? Could we
Sure.
take
Sure, but we're leaving soon, so let's get a move on. We don't want to stay here
do
for
it
too
up
long.
in a snap.
This thing looks like it's filled with trash anyways. I don't know, somebody rummaged it through. It's all garbaged and dumped back there, so I just need to get out of here. I can't stay, but you're free to empty out the back of the wagon and just get on quick, but we gotta make light if we're gonna make Everlook in a day or two.
Alright, I call out to everyone and tell them to get the hustle on, and I start throwing the crap off the cart as they're, I guess, bringing over the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna take a bit of a different route. Can I roll a perception again, since it's daytime, to figure out if there's, which horse is the best?
You can. They're all being tackled up right now, but make another perception check.
Damn it!
They're all horses. They're pretty strong.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna go. Do they need all the horses to pull this cart? Yes or no?
Yeah. So right now it looks like there's 7 carts being tacked up to the 7 ones. You guys are sort of commandeering one of them. You're leaving your old cart there, but you're filling up your stuff in the one you commandeered. One of the ones that had stuff from the merchant.
Okay, so, they need our horses to pull this cart, okay? So basically...
Just to correct you here, I was working for the merchant, but this is my cart. He hired me to move his stuff. So, just to correct you on that one, lassie. You can sit your big ass in the back, but don't you be eyeing my horses.
Oh, I thought they were... No, I thought they were mine. I thought they were our horses. Where are our horses?
So, you guys decided they were your horses. No one actually checked with the owners of the horses before. Or checked who owned the horses.
Oh, wow.
True. Did assume. Just a merchant.
He's just a merchant. Like, he was just paying these guys.
I'm gonna persuade him, given all the fact of all this shit we've done for him, to at least let me have... They can use it to pull the Everlook, but one of these horses are gonna end up being mine.
Okay.
Persuasion.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna use a guidance cantrip on him, just so he can take a deep...
Okay.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll with advantage. Sure. Sure. Roll with advantage.
Okay. Did I roll 2 15s?
Yeah. So he looks at you and goes, "Listen,
19.
you seem like a nice guy, and you sing a good song. But apologies, but my wife won't let me just give my cart away. This is how I make my living. If I give you my cart, I walk my ass home.
I don't want the cart. Just when we get to Everlook, you just give me one of the horses.
Right. So I've got a horse, and I've got a cart. And if I give you my horse, then I'm in the middle of town with a cart. You see. So as much as I appreciate you finding those other boys over there from the cave and killing this so-on demons, whatever, you ain't getting my fucking cart or my fucking horse.
Okay, out of game, how much does buying a horse cost normally?
Like depending, like a pack horse?
I mean, just all the prices for like all horses. You know what? I could look this up.
Yeah, so I mean, it's the cheapest. Like you can get a pony. I think you're too big to ride a pony, so it's like 75 gold for a light horse. Yeah, 75 gold for a light horse. Like a riding horse is, we'll say, I think it's about 30 gold. Yeah. No, so no, that's a saddle. Saddle's 30 gold. That's right. And a horse, like a normal like horse, is a light horse. 75 gold. I don't think a light horse would carry you due to your size, so it would be a heavy horse. So you're looking at around 200 gold.
Yeah. So a draft is actually cheaper than a riding horse.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna go. All right. Well, you can't blame a fellow for trying.
No, you can't. But I appreciate your stories, and you keep doing them. They're great things with the guitar and the hair. It's wonderful. But
Well, just to show there's no hard feelings, I'll play us a tune while we ride. Your choice.
that's okay. Load your shit. We gotta go.
Little shit.
I'm sorry. He wants to get the fuck out of here. There's demons. There's fucking people disappearing. His mask, the guy who's paying him, is apparently dead. Half the caravan's gone. He's not too motivated to sit and chat. He wants to get the hell out of Dodge.
Can't blame the man.
How far are we from Everlook at this point?
At this point, you're about a day, a little bit over a day's travel right now.
Okay.
So you got about a day. You can't do it in one day unless you were to ride through the night. So probably 2 comfortable days travel, especially with the wagons loaded. Okay, so you guys get on the back of the wagon. The wagon starts pulling off. The 6 other wagons with you leave as well. Court and the other ones sort of are on some of the other wagons. One of the ones sort of 2 or 3 carts over. They've all sort of huddled together, and they're pretty quiet. And you make your way along the road. It's pretty uneventful. It's a quiet road. It's actually pretty, at this point it's starting to become much more traveled. It's actually has broadened so that it's got 2 sort of paths now. So you're starting to see people leaving, going the other direction. It's forking off a little bit more now. We've passed a couple small towns along the way, and it's the night. For the sake of brevity, you make your way. You camp the night. It's a quiet night. Nothing really happens. And the next day, about halfway through the day, you start coming down a valley, and you look over, and you can see Everlook off in the distance, which again is nestled in the valley. There's hills on both sides, and there's sort of a little bit of the ocean that sort of creeps into the middle of the city. There's a dock, big dock. It's a big dock town, and houses overside. There's a big manor keep sort of off on one side, and it's surrounded by a big wall. There is, from what you can see, as you come down the road, there is sort of some houses starting to expand past the wall that sort of surrounds the town. It just seems like it's expanding more rapidly than it can take. So you're seeing sort of mantles of houses that mostly refugees and things, less profitable people, sort of expanding on the outside of the walls, and big walls on the inside. And you head into town.
Could I ask the driver about the town? See
Sure.
if I can get some information.
Absolutely. What do you want to ask?
The guy who's driving the cart we're in.
Yes. What do you want to know? You want to know about Everlook?
Yeah, the basics. What places you would recommend to go.
Well, Everlook is an interesting town. It's been around. It's becoming a very big hub. It's a hub to the west, hub to the south, hub to the east. All the trading and shit goes through Everlook. So if you're looking for a boat, or if you're looking for some good booze, that's where you go. Me and myself, we trade here. We make 2 or 3 caravan runs a year. Once in the spring, once in the fall, once in the summer, and then maybe occasionally we do some supply runs. So I don't do any of the crazies. I don't hang around all those crazy city folk, really. We do some trading with the merchants, and we skedaddle on back to the town here. Sometimes we pick up extra fares, like the fellow you met the other day / murdered. But other than that, it's a pretty busy town. It's too big for my taste. I don't like to spend more time in it than I need to. It's quite busy.
Oh, who tends to spend their time exploring the city when they go down? I'd like to, learn about some of the shops and stuff.
Well, there is a merchant quarter. That's where we're going to be headed, because we're going to be trading off some of our what's left of this cargo. That's not all shit based on what we see back here. There's the upper rich folk on the everyone to I guess I would say the rich folk. They live on the north side of the water, the north and the east side. The west side is a little bit more common, a little bit more fun for the party, and from what I've heard, it's pretty big. There's all kinds of places really. You could get lost. There's 3 or 4 merchant squares in the city, and all kinds of bazaars and trade from all over. You've got exotic ships and people from all kinds of places. Although, let's be honest, you guys are about as weird as anybody in that city, so you'll fit right in.
I'll thank
Especially
him and
Fabio.
like to thank him and hand him silver. And I'm gonna turn to Gerald and suggest we go hit up the northern quarters for him to perform.
Okay.
Well, really, the best way to get recognized is to appeal or get the common people to know you. And then, when there's enough of them, the rich people will begin to notice. So, driver, do you know of a very nice establishment in the common man area of the city?
Well, you could go to the Laughing Lady. That's always a fine place to go. Usually don't get stabbed there.
That is a good thing.
Yeah, just don't go south of the docks, okay? That's thanks for the silver. Just don't go. That's the the smoke town, and that's a lot of the trippers and the opium smokers are down in that part. So we don't recommend you going down there.
Well, I ask
Let's
them.
turn and ask, what's opium?
It's some new thing that these kids are smoking. It gets them high as a kite. And they do crazy shit like jump off buildings. I don't know.
All right, so would we know the information to contact the guy who hired me to protect the caravan?
Yeah, so you would have the information that that you're supposed to meet up with a dwarf in Everlook. He gave you the name of the market square, and he asked you to go look for him, and you're going to look for Grilmech. He said go talk to Grilmech when you get there. That is
Grilmech at where?
Grilmech at the merchant square in the fine quarter.
All right.
And he's your rendezvous point to hand off the merchandise and what's in there. Okay. So you start to head down. You arrive in Everlook. The city guards check your papers. The merchants carrying the cargo have papers. Guard looks at the guy. Says 8 here. I see 7. I don't know what the fuck. Sorry, people are texting me. I see 7. What happened to the other one?
One of our horses got attacked by an alligator, and we had to shuffle around the carts a bit.
An alligator, you say? That's
we
odd.
parked a little too close to the river. Our bad.
Aren't normally alligators in these parts?
I have crocodile. My bad. But I also have this leather. I pulled up the leather in my bag that I took off the crocodile.
So you pull out this sort of starting to smell crocodile thing, and he sort of takes a whiff, and it's really gross. And he goes, "Okay, you can put that away. I get it. Okay, move along." So he waves you guys into the city, and you make it inn. The caravan guy who's driving with you, his name is Gunnar. He introduces himself throughout your trip. Gunnar says, says, I'll be taking you to the rendezvous. I'll drop you guys off, and then I gotta go to make mine and explain why the hell I got an empty cart. But I'll bring you there, okay?
Thank you, sir.
So he's...
When I hop off, is here for your troubles, and I just toss him a gold.
Okay. So you make your way to the thing, and he drops you guys all off with the cart. He says, "Take your stuff. You're gonna look for around in the market. Look for Romick. He tends to have a shop with a sign of a big pit of barley. So look for that, and you should find him. And he'll be expecting you. We're a day late, maybe, but that's not that bad." And he yaws his little cart. The other carts had broken off throughout the 6 others had sort of broken off throughout the day. Court had waved and told you that if you needed to find him, he would be staying at the Ye Old Dog. So if you needed to look up him, that's where you could find him. He asked you to check back in with him once you guys get settled up. He had to go do some business as well.
At the what?
Ye Old Dog pub.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So you're in a hot, busy, loud sort of market square. There are sort of temporary shops and some permanent larger buildings. You know from the description that you're looking for one of the more permanent buildings. You're not looking for one of the pop-up shops that's there. The bazaar is a big open square with a bunch of sort of zigzag and crisscross mayhem of people, noises, and things. What do you guys do?
Do we know the name of the shop that we're looking for?
They told you that the sign looks like a barley leaf, and
right.
Little Mac.
I'll ask if where we can find Grimace.
It's his name is Grilmek. It's Grilmek.
I just look back at the group and say, "Did I get it right?"
It's close.
Basically.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
It shouldn't be too hard to find the shop. I'm sure he's a staple around here.
Okay.
Is there people milling about?
Yeah, it's really packed. So there's a lot of people. You guys have a decent amount of stuff now. So you have your 6 or 7 bags of grain and 2 barrels that are down there.
Can I try and stop someone real quick and ask them if they know where I could find the place with the barley leaf sign?
Yes, you can. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
See if you can persuade somebody to come talk to you. And
I cannot.
Can I?
So you can roll with advantage. If you're going to help, roll with advantage, and we'll say that you guys are asking around.
So do you want me to roll, or do you want to roll?
So if you're helping her, then she can roll with advantage. Since she already rolled,
Okay.
you can roll with advantage. He'll help you out.
Okay, so I can roll again and
Yeah.
hopefully get something better.
Yeah.
Not much better.
Well, it's okay. You ask around, and you get a general impression that it's not too far. It's a little bit far down. It's on one of the edges, so if you wanted to picture, it's a square, right? The permanent buildings are all around the edge of the square, and all the pop-up shops are sort of scattered in throughout the middle of the square. So he points off sort of, it's down that way. It's one of the big buildings. You'll see it about 5 minutes down the road.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
Let's head in.
can I take in the shops to try to figure out what would What would be a good shop to shop at, maybe?
Yeah, so I mean, like it's a bazaar, so like there's tons of different stuff, all kinds of different spices and foods. People, just, hawking wares and handcrafted jewelries and clothes and those kind of things. You can walk around and look what you can see. You're not familiar with the area too much, so and there's no real sense. There's no real order among the shops. Everyone just sort of looks like they've set up sort of where they could find room. But you could take a walk around and see what you find.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay. So Saren's going to take a look around and see what he can find. What are the rest of you? What's everyone else do?
I'm going to go with Saren.
Okay.
Don't we need to get things, like, aren't we, like, encumbered with, like, a whole bunch of crap?
Oh, shoot, all our stuff is on the ground.
Yeah, all your stuff's on the ground, so, I mean, like...
Yeah, I think we should just get to the place and we can look around afterwards. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay, listen, I can turn into one, like, for 1 hour, I can turn into a horse. Oh.
Gerald's horse, there we go.
We've seen them. I can carry some stuff. Help us get to where we need to go. Just drop it off.
You guys all... Yeah? What do you guys do?
Nice. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's, whatever helps. I can't carry too much as I'm a small, wee little thing. But if there's a barrel, I'll balance on top of it and start, like, rolling it down the street.
All right. So...
give me a moment.
Whatever gets us there in one go, I guess, is the best bet, because we don't want to be leaving anything behind.
All right. I'm a little new to this, so let me just stretch. And I turn into one of the horses, but it's green.
Okay. So there's a big green horse. Some of the people around you look and are kind of taken back a little bit. But they kind of move on with their day. This seems to be a place where there's so much going on that a green horse is not that odd. It's pretty good. So you are a big green horse.
Can I look around and see what races I see?
You see a mix of everything. You don't see any of your race, but there are halflings, half-elves, elves, humans, a couple tiefling actually as well in the mix. So it's a very big mix of people. Lots of sweat, lots of noise, and lots of different accents.
Okay.
And they're all poorly done, just so you know. But I mean, they're all there. So, are you guys loading up matcha with all the stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys are...
I'll carry some of it too.
So you guys improvise using the ropes and pulleys from last time. You start roping stuff around Matcha's belly. Matcha, it's a little bit tight. Maybe, shouldn't have drank as much the night before. But you get everything sort of roped up on your back with Nala carrying sort of one of the barrels on her shoulder. And you guys are packed up and ready to go sort of try and find Grilmek. You head on down the sort of the alley, and as you do that, you make it to the inn, which looks like the one, not the inn, the store that looks like the one you're looking for. It's got this sort of barley leaf on there, and it says, it's the Massive Tub is the name of this thing, and it's a big picture of barley, and you've got ale pictures and stuff like that in there, and there's a guy swearing on the inside. And sort of steam coming out. It looks like this is sort of a brewery of sorts. And there is an up front thing. So, doors open. You guys going in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So, you come on in.
Going in as a horse.
Going in as a horse? Staying as a horse? Just making sure. So is this a polymorph? What is the spell again?
It's a wild shape. Lasts for about an hour.
So, it's a wild shape. So, you still have your intelligence?
Yeah.
You don't inherit
the
the intelligence of the... Okay, just making sure.
I'm just excited and I forget I'm a horse.
Yeah. So you guys all walk in. And this sort of burly dwarf, thick brown beard with traces of white in it, is in there sort of working on these big sort of metal casters. And there's metal casters and there's wood casters and there's stuff brewing off in the back and there's kegs galore all over the place. And he looks over and goes, "Oh, thank the gods. You guys are here. I've been waiting a long time for this shipment. I appreciate it so much that you're here. Did you have any trouble on the way?"
Yes,
No.
we've
Oh, really?
lots of trouble.
Oh dear.
We've been attacked by alligators, crazy cult fanatics, and a demon goat with a glaive.
Nothing I can't handle.
He looks.
Seriously, watch out for her fist.
That, and we've also had to push the cart ourselves.
You what? This he's very confused. It seems like a whole lot of information to take in about 3.8 seconds, and
One of the crocodiles ate the horse.
the crocodile ate the horse. I see. But you managed to bring everything. That's great. I appreciate your work, but I didn't hire all of you. I had hired some of you. I do appreciate it.
Am I the only one in the group
No,
that think
I was
decided
hired.
active guard?
No, it was you and Mare. And Nala too, I think. Nala, you had also been hired.
I was hired, yeah.
Yeah.
I was also hired.
You were, that's right. So it was the four of you.
I was not.
You were not.
Was I?
Yeah, so Saren and Macha were along for the ride, but now you're sort of
Right.
having fun with all this stuff. And Macha's a green horse, so I mean, why not?
I mean, how can you not have fun being a green horse?
So he looks and goes, "Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'll give you each the gold. I promised you for doing all this stuff. But we need to tell the city guard. If all this stuff happened, they need to be aware that this stuff's going down because there have been people disappearing."
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So he goes, "I'll go. Where's that stupid boy? Jeff?" He looks behind and calls out Jeff, and you see this small, little, young halfling boy come out. "Yeah, what do you want?" He goes, "Go get the city guard. We got to talk to them. There's demon goats eating alligators."
So there's not, you can't do a little bit more considering all the extra work we had to do?
"Yeah, I'm doing more. I'm paying for those 2 extra. Chill out." "Okay." So he alligator demons, you said.
Demons and alligators.
Oh, that's
Separate
confusing.
things.
They're
And
both
fanatics.
and okay, just hold on. Jeff, go. So boy runs out. This little young halfling boy scurries off to get the town guard. Pulls out a purse, dumps it down. "Okay, this stuff, it's worth about, we'll say about 200 gold worth of barley and ale and all kinds of good stuff, spices that are expensive. I can't give you all my profits, but I'll give you each the 10 gold I promised you. And the 2 extras Sorry, the 1 extra. I thought the horse was somebody for a second there. My bad. So an extra 10 gold for you, my horned fellow. Okay?
This horse has also been doing a lot of good work. I think it needs about 10 gold worth of oats and carrots.
Do you know how much it costs to feed a green horse?
Fine. I'll give you
I
extra.
like just a bit of a neigh in excitement. Just like, yeah, except it's in horse.
I'll give you a little bit of extra gold to pay for your horse. An extra 5 gold for some tackle. So you all get 10 gold. Macha, you get 5 gold for feed. The city guards come running in. This elderly gentleman, human by nature, again, younger guy with a little bit of a beard. He seems to be kind of big and strong. He shakes his hand, goes, "Okay, what's going on here? Is this another one of your stories, Grimlock? I don't have time for your shit and shenanigans today. And Grimlock says, well, you gotta listen, okay? I paid for some guys to guard my booze as it came here, okay? Then a demon crocodile ate, okay, the cart, and the horse ran off. It was crazy.
I think maybe we should tell the story.
You-
You're mixing up a couple of details there.
Okay, well,
I like his story.
I do like his story. It sounds a lot better than ours,
Well,
I must admit.
listen to these guys. They know what happened, but there's shit you should know. So this guy looks over and looks at you and he goes, "What's up? What happened?"
Start telling him the story.
Yeah.
Still in horse.
He kind of takes it in stride. You can tell that this guy's probably seen some shit. You're probably not the first talking animal person he's met in his life. You might be the first green one. But he listens to the story. You guys go. I assume you guys just. What are you telling him? Everything? What are you sharing?
I'm putting emphasis on the cult group.
Okay. Okay. So you go through the story, briefly glossing over sort of the beginning of the story, spending a good deal amount of time explaining what happened in the cave with the cult and the demon goat, the bearded devil, if you will. And he sort of takes it all in and he goes, well, I do appreciate what you're doing. I'm glad you were able to come here. This concerns me. You're the third caravan this week to have complained or come in with missing people. It's not a good thing for you guys. There's more missing people to the north, and every day we hear reports from the outskirts of things happening. I don't know if I'm asking too much as I just met you, but you seem like you're a capable bunch and you've sort of done this thing before. Would you mind looking in to see if you find any information on this? Would you mind letting me know? Would you mind? It would be good. I'm trying to keep the city safe. There's so much shit to do, and you guys seem like you know what you're doing. If you find anything, you come find me. My name is Juth.
How do I spell that?
Juth.
Okay, and he's the guard captain. Or
He is the captain of the guard in the sector. Seems like the city's broken up into different sectors, and he sort of seems to run this sector.
He's part of like the fine quarter. Is that what we're in?
You are
Merchant.
You're in the merchant quarter right now. The merchant
Quarter, okay.
the eastern merchant quarter. Yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
perfect.
Models.
Yeah.
Can you type down the name of the guard
Yes.
just in the chat?
Yeah. I can absolutely.
I have it if you want me to just copy and paste it.
I mean, I think this would be more beneficial for everyone else if they want to take notes too.
Yeah, no, I meant I could have just pasted it. Is what I was saying.
I put it in both chats, so you have it. So.
I'm gonna speak to this gentleman. Investigating disappearances sounds like guard work. I assume we're getting paid for this.
Hey, if you can bring back something of use, I'm sure there's money to be had. We pay bounties on anything you find that you can bring back to us. So you find what you need. You get me some clues as to what these guys are actually up to and where they're bringing these people, and we can work something out. I'm sure the mayor would be interested in seeing what's been causing shit in his city.
Sounds like good graces to be in.
I'm more than happy to help.
Any idea where we should start looking?
Indeed.
You can talk around. The two other caravans came in are the ones that reported it first. They came in about 2 days before you. They were coming in from the from the north. They were in Heinster. Am I saying that right? Sorry, I can't read. Heinstad. They are coming in from Heinstad. Which are you guys looking at that? Hold on.
Perfect.
There you go. So they're coming in from Heinstad. Separate caravans, and there was another one from Stolar. And they're in the merchant caravans. I think if we were to take a look, there's one at the Snoring Serpent group. That would be the group from. That I think is the group from Heinstad. And there's also one at the Fabulous Crown. The other group is staying there. They seem to be pretty shaken up. They come from Stolar, and they lost almost 3/4 of their men and horses on the way.
Stolar. Which one's Stolar again?
The Fabulous Crown.
And then, okay, so and then what was the other one?
Snoring Serpent. And that was the people that came from Heinstad.
Okay, so Heinstad is the Snoring Serpent. And the Fabulous Crown is from Stolar. Where's Stolar on the map here? Oh.
Bottom right.
Bottom right. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I get these right.
Mm-hmm. So, the captain says, "Thank you for your time. If you look into it, that'd be great. There's lots of work to be had in the town. You have some fun. Do what you need to do. But you guys seem to know what you're about, and these guys seem to have an interest in you. So maybe if you find something, you let me know. We're happy to back you up should you run into good things, and we appreciate you getting mind blank here, getting good old Grimlock his meat, because his shit's pretty good, and the town gets pretty rowdy if there's shortages. So thank you." He heads off.
Would you say it's been an hour since I started?
I'd say it's close to about an hour now at this point. You've been unbound, so I will say that you and now Matcha is standing there next to you guys.
Yeah, just stretching my back from all that heavy lifting.
So, Grimlock, do you need some entertainment for your establishment?
No, we just make the booze here. We don't entertain. I do that at the taverns. We just brew. But I appreciate it.
I'm going to the the Laughing Lady?
Yeah, that's what they were recommended as a good establishment to stay at. Yeah. So, you guys are gonna head to the Laughing Lady. A couple of you want to look around town, so want to do that now, and then we can sort of head off to taverns. It's about 3 p.m, so it's near the end of when the market activity is going to be active. You can see that some of the business from before when you first arrived is dying down slowly, but they're still open and working, so you could still take a look around and see what you can find.
I'm gonna head towards the merchant district and see if I can find like a smith or some smiths.
Some smiths. So, in the area that you're in right now, this is the bazaar. So this isn't. Make an investigation roll. See what you can find.
Ooh, soft 20.
Soft 20. So yeah, there is one smithery sort of along the edges of this small sector. It looks like they specialize mostly in general goods, like crafting goods. They have a lot of different tools and items that they're making.
Are there any armor or weaponsmiths in the area?
You walk in and so this, burly looking human, big arms, looks at you. He goes, "Yeah, there are some. You won't find them here. You'll find them more throughout the city. Here it's mostly goods we trade to the outlying villagers and townspeople, normal things. Not a whole lot of weapons here and that kind of stuff. But if you're looking for something like a armor merchant, you said?
Yeah.
Armor merchant, hey. Well, you could find how much you willing to pay?
Well, I'm not looking to buy.
Okay. What are you looking for? It's hard to
Looking
find an
for,
armor merchant that doesn't sell things.
I'm looking to make some connections.
Oh, okay. So you're looking for a job. Do you make farm tools? Are you good at that? Because I could use another apprentice.
Oh, I'm sure I could out farm you any day.
Could you make a good hoe?
A very good one.
Okay. Well, if you're looking for more for the stuff, there's a lot of the boys that work for the guards and for the stuff. I would say I go check the. Let me see. Let me go take a look and see what I can find here in my names of things here. Bear with me. I'm trying to think of a good place for you that would be wonderful. Oh yes, Finn's things. Finn's things. Yes. It's a shop down sort of by the end of the river, not too far from here. Other side of the river though. And you there could find a good amount of things. They cater mostly to the city guard and the nobles, their fancy sort of decorative weapons. But maybe that's a place. If not, there are a couple places around town, but they're not really in they're blacksmiths, but I don't really deal in them, so I don't really know. But
thanks for the tip, mate. I'm just gonna head off.
Cool. Saren and Matcha, what are you guys looking for? Do you have anything in particular that you're looking for as you're walking around the market and the bazaar?
Not really. Kind of. You want to look for the laughing lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we're heading there, I kind of want to ask Saren, like, I think I saw you pull out a raccoon earlier, yesterday.
Is this the buck? Oh.
Oh, shoot. Oh, that was Buck. Never mind. I'm no longer with him.
No, he's not there.
Never mind. Wrong person.
Okay. Buck, what are you doing? Are you going to keep looking or are you going to go back to the inn?
No, I'm going to go and try and find an armor smith.
Okay. So you can head to Flynn's Things. It's about, I would say, about 3 to 4 blocks away from where you're going. So you go south and across the bridge and you'd make it there. You could find it. It's probably well sort of described. It's sort of in a square. Relatively large building. You can definitely tell it's an armor smith. You walk in and there's some fine plate armor. Everything's sort of fancy. There's a extravagant sort of sword up on a board that's it's got a sort of gem encrusted in the blade. It's actually really well done. It seems like high quality sort of workmanship, but made out of sort of frivolous metals, not really used for actual combat.
I'm gonna go up to the merchant. Is it a gentleman, human?
It's an elf, so it's a long-haired elf.
Is it a man?
Yeah, long-haired man elf.
All right, sir. What's happening?
Nothing. What can I do for you?
Your name, sir?
Oh, my name. You ask me such good questions. I keep putting away my sheet of names.
Are you Flynn?
I am not
Hi,
Flynn. No.
No.
Flynn was my brother. I am Joachim.
Joachim, lovely to meet you. My name's Buck. You can call me Bucky.
Okay,
I hear
Buck.
you're responsible for outfitting the guard.
We sell to the nobility, yes, and to some of the guards folk, yes, for their when they have to dress up for the nice occasions. Yes, we provide ceremonial gear mostly here. Yes.
Nothing for a battle.
Well, we do have some, but not much.
Here, listen. Take your way down to the taverns tonight. Listen to the bard's tales, and they'll tell you we just came from a mess of alligators and demons and alligator demons. I think you should be well equipped.
Interesting. Well,
Lucky for you,
thank you.
the Braun Anvil family's been in the smithing business for 400 years. I can make very fine wares for you, your guard, and your folk.
He sort of raises an eyebrow and looks at you and gives you a sort of once over. And yes, you do seem like you've seen a forge in your day, don't you?
Indeed, I have. You want a demonstration?
Well, our forge here is very delicate. We do a lot of alchemical work to forge. It's less of a traditional, hammer thing here. More of precision work.
More of a magic man then.
Not necessarily magic, more alchemical. We use some sort of reactions to you're aware of all these things, obviously. The acids and the heat. But yes,
Indeed.
But where you would be most suited in the southern districts. There are quite a lot of smaller armor shops made for adventurers like yourself. Maybe there you'll find something interesting.
No interested in keeping the guard safe.
Well, we don't. The guards pay for their own stuff. They get them through the mayor, really. We just do their ceremonial things here.
All right. I'm going to just head on.
Okay. So he waves you goodbye. And you sort of look around and you see that this isn't really the kind of district you would find a sort of blacksmith. It's very pompous, the sort of upscale. There's like a sweet store. There's a lot of women's clothing stores. It seems like this is more of a district. It does have some nice things, but it's more of a district you were sent to, again, closer to the market, more maybe upscale, and what you're looking for would maybe be in a different part of town.
Right. Yeah, I'm just going to try and... I'll just keep...
You can keep walking.
Town.
You can keep walking around, for sure. It's a pretty big town, right? So right now you're sort of near the water. You've got from what you were described before, on the left-hand side is the sort of a little bit lower end area, and the right-hand side of the river where you are right now is the sort of higher-end, wealthier areas. So what side are you going to sort of mosey on?
I'll go to the lower end of town and see if I can see some smiths with talent.
Okay, so make an investigation check as you meander throughout town. Okay. So you get to another part of the city, you cross back over across the bridge, and you head south, and you actually find sort of you're walking through streets, and you actually start hearing sort of metalwork being done, and you find you follow the noise, and there's a small sort of section where there's actually what looks to be a couple forges all together. No real signs, just some symbols showing armor. Armored weapons, or a couple scenes of sort of looks like a armored fighter in a stance, and these are more gritty a little bit, I would say. There's there's no real front doors. It's like open sliding doors, and there's sort of heat bellowing and teams working on armors. There's no real formal storefront. It's sort of just more of a forge there. baskets of things out front.
Does anybody here look like maybe they're a better smith than me?
I mean, these guys look like they're. I wouldn't say maybe better. I don't know. You're pretty good, right? You're pretty good.
Been in business for 400 years.
I mean, you're mediocre at best, but no, you definitely get the sense that these guys know what they're doing. But they seem to be pretty like they're good at what they do, but they sort of build sort of serviceable stuff for town adventurers. You know, general quality goods, basically. Nothing fancy, but like they seem to be well made, but they wouldn't be sort of above average quality. These seem to be just like good quality general sort of goods. These guys pump out a lot of quantity. Like these are the new house developments of armor smithing. They do a lot of them. I'm
just going to approach them then. I'm going to introduce myself and give them the same basic sales pitch about monsters and outfitting and dwarven business.
So the first guy just says thank you, but we got what we need here. Next to him, you sort of talk, and that guy actually looks at you and sort of goes, well, to be honest, I'm not really buying, but I've got an extra forge in the back. My dad passed away, doesn't use it. You're welcome to use it. 10% of all proceeds of what you make comes back to the store. But if you want to use the forge and do your thing and set up shop and do some selling, happy to have some company along the way.
Can't say no to that.
Cool. Well, we're closed up now, but we got some billow boys working. It cost you 2 copper a day when you have the billow boys working for you. But come by whenever you want and go away. Go your way. Go your way.
Sounds like some dwarven racism here.
No. He actually looks genuinely interested in having some company. It seems like it's a bigger place and it's kind of empty. He's got some of the younger kids that sort of help out with the smithing, sort of around, sort of bored, picking their nose, throwing rocks at rats and shit like that. So it looks like it was a nicer place, but it's kind of been run down a little bit. He doesn't look like he's taken as much care of it as he sort of could or should have. And that's in the southern district, not all the way to the edge, sort of the middle southern part of town.
And I'm going to ask the name of the person for whom I will be working.
Yeah, the name is Gulthran.
All right, I'll catch up with the rest of the party after this.
Cool. So you guys all make it. Yeah, go ahead. Matcha, what are you doing?
Right. So me and Saren are looking for the laughing
lady.
I guess it.
Mare. What are you doing?
Yeah. I wanted to see if I could find a temple or a church or a monastery in the area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are definitely a ton. What are you looking for specifically?
Not anything specific. Marae doesn't exactly see to just one religion. She just didn't. She's kind of like, I don't know. Just she finds comfort in those places. So that's exactly what she's looking for now, is a place to meditate for a moment.
Sure.
Recharge her spiritual batteries.
Okay, so there definitely is a bunch of gods. You can find a couple temples. The closest one you have is what seems to be a god. This is the one here. So near the merchant area, there's a temple to Lathander, okay, who is a god of creativity and rebirth. Sort of a statue of a man holding a baby in front of the temple, and you see it's got a fountain, and there's a couple of priests mulling about, sort of, doing priestly things as they walk around.
Okay, perfect. That's perfect. she will. I guess she's not gonna like say anything to anyone. She's just gonna take a moment to like go up to the altar or whatever, and just sit and take a moment. Rest.
Mhm.
And then oh, I noticed here I have a calligrapher's thing. I meant to put the painters. Can I change that out? It's like swapping it,
Swapping
like
it.
proficiency. It was a mistake I made when I originally did the character.
One time swap. That's it. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay, perfect. And because like she does do painting as well, so I think she after she takes her like spiritual rest, she's gonna probably go. They're all heading to the Laughing Lady, right?
Right.
Yeah, so she's probably gonna go to the Laughing Lady and probably set up an easel in the back
Okay.
and start painting probably the Double Beast.
Okay. So you all sort of anybody else doing anything before you sort of all head up to the Laughing Lady? That's it.
Gerald? Well, yes. I mean, are we there? Are we in there?
I'm just saying, are you doing anything before you all sort of mosey into the Laughing Lady?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So you guys are all assembling at the Laughing Lady, and it's around 11:30. So I think we're gonna sort of call it right there as you all start to assemble at the Laughing Lady. That's what we'll pick up next Tuesday.
And next week we look for drugs.
There's a lot of fucking drugs in this town.
I'm going south.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. So definitely fun times. Next week we'll pick it up. We'll at the inn, and if you want to do things as you get to the end, you can do them all the next week, and we'll go from there. Okay?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Good stuff, guys.
All right.
Thanks for
Any
tonight.
chance we gain some XP from that demon alligator goat?
Demon Alligator Goat. You want XP from Demon Alligator Goat? Yes. Did I give you XP? Did I give you XP last game out, or did we say we would do it at the end
No,
of
I don't
everything?
think so.
No, that's right.
Last game.
Right. So you guys are going to get 700
Oh shit.
XP each for the goat.
Yeah, thank you.
Just for the goat.
Just for the goat. Sorry, 700. It's total XP divided by the party size, correct? Or am I wrong? I always forget. No, it's 700 XP each. Is it divided by?
Typically, you just take the total and divvy it up amongst the players.
Okay, so we'll say you're guys going to get 700 XP total. That's what I had calculated. So the
And there are 6 of us?
Yeah, so you each get 700. So there's the goat plus all the NPCs you guys fought in the last one.
Sweet.
So
So-
our experience is at 700, or we're adding 700.
So add 700 to your current level, which will put you at
1,000.
That's a level up.
that is a level up.
Cool.
Does it put us up?
1,000.
1,000?
Yeah, so that should be so you guys will be at 1,000, right? Which will give you your level. Is it 1,200 for level 3? Is it 1,000?
It's 900.
900, right? Yeah, it'll just be 100 over. So you'll all be level 3 now, and then we'll start our next game as level 3. So if anybody has, for next game, if you have paths to take, if you have things to do, let me know in advance so that we can work through that together.
I do. I need to do that.
Yeah.
So, me too.
Okay, so you've got your time now. We'll incorporate it in to next week's game, and
Sounds good.
we'll move on from there.
Great.
Sounds good.
I'll check to make sure whether or not I have any.
Yeah, you might have some choices. Like at level 3, everyone gets sort of something flavorful based on their class. So depending on if you need any input on that, you guys let me know. Discord and all that jazz, and we'll go from there, man.
Okay. Sounds
Do you
good.
want us to message you certain things at Discord now, or sometime after, before Tuesday, or on Tuesday?
Doesn't matter as long as if it's before Tuesday. Because I obviously we don't have any paladins, but if you need to make an oath, right, I need to incorporate that somehow, right? So based on what you're picking, just you have all week. Send me. I'm available most times on Discord. Message me up. Let me know what you're picking and why, and we'll go from there. Cool. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks everybody who watched. Cool. We had five viewers tonight, so it's growing.
That's 5 times as many as last time.
Listen, we went from 1 to 3 to 5. It's exponential growth.
That's right.
Mainly because I was wearing a V-neck T-shirt and showed a little skin tonight. So, Don't get too excited. It's not a always thing. But thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys next week.
Sounds good.
See
Good
you.
night, everybody. I'll see you guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Get some drugs.
Yeah.